So here in this first interpretation, I will be using a backing track from a artist named Chuss. There's the link below, so I would recommend, which I've done myself, acquiring these backing tracks. So you can buy them and the price is very reasonable. But if you want to just try it out, you can jam along to his YouTube videos. But I would highly recommend it. I mean, everybody's tastes are different, but I've used a number of his tracks in the past and I really like it. So I'm going to place along to something called a dunker workout. And I'm not even sure what that is. And I think that is the point that I want to make. Like, I want to play along to a genre that I'm not even familiar with. And this is in B minor. So I will show you on my application the pattern structure for B minor in the pentatonic, and I'll just stick to pentatonic. Like, I will not add variations. Okay, so now we're recording. I'm recording from another source and capturing my screen. So this is the application I was talking about. Basically, it is a helper code that I wrote in order to, quickly create a layout of the notes on the guitar. Let me just kind of maximize the screen. So basically here you have the keys of the music that you want to play, minor, major. So again, these I'll cover probably in another video. Fundamentally, it's basically like what note you start from and what kind of intervals, what kind of other notes you select for a specific type of sound. And there are some like distinct mood changes with respect to keys, but fundamentally, like if you memorize certain patterns, it's not like you can only play one or two keys. You just transfer that knowledge over. So in this case, like on the guitar, I will be playing on the E minor. I don't know why. It's relatively simple to memorize. Like if you know the pentatonic patterns, like this is like one of the easiest ones. So I'll just click this to generate the notes. So here you can see this is the guitar's neck, if you can imagine. The UI will change over time, like this is temporary. But basically it went through the pentatonic scale, which is the selection of 5 notes from the scale of 7. So with music, like scales have 7 notes and then 12 notes in total, and we pick 7 for a specific major or minor scale. Now, pentatonic brings this down to 5. It sounds complex, like pentatonic sounds complex, but it's actually a simplification to make it easier to improvise. Like gives you the words, the grammar that are less prone to mistakes. So here we have the root note, E. Well, it is the E minor scale, so E is the root, the tonic. And then these are the notes that you can move along. It's like the first, the fourth, it's like 1.2. These are the mathematical relationships between the frequency of sound. I will get into this for sure. I think it's very important to understand. A lot of people skip over this. I don't know why. I think it's important enough. You don't have to go with like, oh, this feels nice. No, there's a relationship there. So here it's like 1.1 and 1/3, this note, 1.5, good. And then there's 1.78, which I'm not exactly sure. It might be more like, 4/5 maybe, like 0.8. Now, I'll get to the blues in just a moment, so let's just skip over to the first song where we'll be using this structure, like these 5 notes within that scale to just, jam along. So moving between these notes easily makes it easier to improvise. So this is like somewhat like a vanilla interpretation, but it's still, I think it's a lot of fun. Like even within that alphabet, it's like, you meet someone, there's like a water cooler conversation, or one of your old friends calls you up and you're just kind of like having small talk, but it can be a lot of fun. You can exchange jokes, you can talk about, recent events or whatnot. And if it's to build up on the analogy, if it's like food, it's like comfort food, mac and cheese, freshly baked pizza. This is good stuff. So this is the dunker workout. Let's see. So, I mean, just from here, let me just add a few points. Just talk about it a little bit. Foremost, I don't know how they came across, but I really enjoyed it because of the, the rhythm and everything, and just experimenting, moving along and, hopping between patterns. It feels good, especially, and I did have a mistake there. Again, I just want to emphasize, don't worry about it. That's the idea. Have fun. And there was a slip up there, you probably noticed, and I probably will not edit it out. Anyways, but the thing is, like, at certain points, like when you predict how the music's gonna go and then you make a leap, like just jump forward a little bit, and if that prediction holds, then it feels very nice, as if you are in sync with the background music, or if you're jamming with someone, that's even better. And within this even simple structure, like, you can change pace a little bit. I mean, change pace as in you can kind of go on the attack, like add a few notes without disrupting the rhythm, obviously. You can flourish. The guitar obviously has a lot of ways that you can, bend that tremolo, and you can hammer on and off and things like that. You can change the intensity of the note, and there's a lot of room to play, not just which notes you hit. There are certain combinations you can hit over time, which I'm not going to get into. Like, I think that kind of requires a little more pattern memorization to know which combinations work. But I'm almost certain that you can reach a level where even that becomes intuitive, which combinations to hit. So I'm not going to go there, and I'm not very comfortable myself. But even within, like, this vanilla structure, there's so much variation that I can't even begin. Like, all these back tracks can be in like a ballad form, reggae, rumba, Arabic tunes, heavy metal. I would probably do a video on just like staying in the same key with different genres. But this was just to get things started. So next step will be blues, and please stick around for that one, and I'll see you then.